Hello, Shawn Attwood here, London-based author and activist with a red head from all of the jogging I've been doing out in the countryside. Yes, getting a suntan. Right, we've got the latest letter from T-Bone and email update. But before we go there, I have got a couple of little things to announce. Saturday night is my interview with Uri Ben Menashe. I've been trying to interview him for half a year. He was working for Israeli intelligence. He knew Epstein. He was part of Iran-Contra. He was a huge part of Iran-Contra. He was working with Robert Maxwell. And he knows everything that went down and how it goes down. He could only say so much. But I think you will find it fascinating. That is premiering Saturday night at 6. Tonight, we've got part 5 of my weekly chats with David Macmillan. Premiering at 6. David, first Westerner ever to escape from death row in Thailand. He served 20 years in prisons on 5 continents and is like a James Bond supervillain. Speaks very eloquently, but you want to be on his wrong side. Also, I've been telling you guys every week I'm making one of my books free, and this week the book is Unmaking a Murderer: The Framing of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. It is free to download off Amazon, and today's the last day. These books, they go free on Monday until Friday. Friday is your last day to download. So go into the description box below this video and there's a link down there if you want to download that. You can just use the Kindle app. You don't need a Kindle to read it, and you can read it on any device. Alright, going over to T-Bone's letter and latest emails. Peace to you, my brother. Thank you for what you're doing. It's good to hear from you. It is an awesome feeling. I'm in a very serious situation here. The place, as you know, is full of people who want to start problems. I would say trouble. But the things they do are calculated attempts to get certain responses and reactions. So the arsehole who was sneezing all over the place, well, I had to blank. Some people who are here are as crazy as a Betsy bug. And they say and do things out of fear and doubt. There are other believers here who, like me, are reassuring people, because even though they don't show it, there's so much fear here, it's thick enough to walk on it. People are running around trying to buy things from people, which is a hassle, so that they can get high and suppress the thoughts and fears of the virus. They stay up at night trying not to think of loved ones and what ifs. Some people just want to lash out at others because of fear. There's so much stress affecting the COs, that means correctional officers, guards, that they just stand around in groups and talk. They have families and concerns, and they know things they can't tell us as yet. They're scared because of the crazy people in these places, and all they know what's going on out there and how it can be brought in here by them and the white shirts. He's talking about the guards bringing it into the prison. White shirts are outside contract workers that come into the prison, and they can be bringing the virus in or spreading it and catching it in there if it's already in there. They have no way of taking care of us, and all they could do is put you someplace and let you lay there. They have no ventilators in Arizona Department of Corrections, and the medical staff is undertrained and willfully not qualified to do anything at all. They need to test everyone, and New York is out of control. It's up in the foothills of your old house, and they didn't do anything about it. The word is, there's a lot more cases here in Tucson. People here are walking on eggshells, ready to run in a corner and bury their head. I can't express to you the feelings of despair and the utter lack of hope will drive people crazy in here. I find myself talking to people I wouldn't normally come within 20 feet of because they need reassuring, to put everything in a nutshell. This place is out of control. they need to let some of us go. That's what's on my mind. As well as going to England. I believe they'll let me in. I can't say thank you enough. You have my love and respect. Each one teach one, strengthen on a T-bone. Now, this message came, that letter was written from America, so as you can imagine, it took quite a while to get over here. But we have set up an email channel. So here's what's happened more recently. He only wrote this 5 days ago. And don't be worried about my snivelling, it is from allergies, from the pollen. Right. Well, I had to talk to a couple of assholes today who just can't live without stealing and or doing something to cause a problem some kind of way. It's so sad when you take the time to look at how these people think. It's also strange because one would think that all people want things easily, especially in here. But there is, in this culture, person that has a hold on so many people. It's their way of thinking in here and out. They actually believe that everyone should think the same way as they do, and they try to force weaker people to do as they do. I tried to reason with the arsehole who says I am a rat because I want a positive change in my life and because my energy is positive. But he is so deeply possessed by evil. I had to step back and pray within. Shaun, God the Father, heard my call for help. He's aware of all our needs, and it's wonderful to know that we have this awesome, loving God who's there for us. I know a lot of people think I am some big do who runs around smashing all the evildoers, but there are always times when the Lord just has me sit there and keep my mouth closed. In other words, to mind my own business. But this time he had me stand up to these assholes. It got ugly real fast. There was no more fighting, but we had a few words. That caused a lot of people to give an opinion. And needless to say, everybody agreed with me. I was again amazed by the awesome power of God. Shaun, I hope you are safe. You're full of joy. Stay strong, brother. I know you're a strong person. And honourable. Strength and love. Right, but there's more messages been trickling in. Let me see what we've got here. Okay. Please let Shaun know because it's important he knows how things here are at this time. Please relay this to him. The staff are using psychological techniques to keep everyone in line. Fear is thick and it is getting thicker. Every corrections officer is wearing a mask. And the TV is saying that people are dying, so it does affect how guys think. Then there's the correction officers who are telling us stuff. Then another says something different. It's an effective game, but people aren't that stupid. My main concern is how you are all doing because I know you will do the right thing. I won't give up. Hopefully I'll be able to give you some good news soon instead of this junk. You all please be careful. Peace and love. And let's just see if he's done any more since then. If you do want to support T-Bone, there is a link in the description box below this video if you want to donate to him. His long-suffering wife, they've got a bunch of kids together, and also money goes on T-Bone's inmate account so you can buy extra stuff, and it goes a little goes a long way in prison. Alright, so here's another one from him. During this pandemic, there's a lot of fear, doubt and hate. They came at me hard, Shaun. That's how I know God is real and he lives within us. The administration asked me to set up some activities based on my ability to play ball and lead men. Well, there are people who hate, and this guy called me a rat because I got things organised for the guys to play ball games and card games and some music. I know it's only hate, but being called a rat in here is a death sentence. I told him to grow up, punk. If you call someone a rat, a punk or a snitch or a chomo, you have to fight that person immediately on the spot, or else your whole race will smash you. Shaun, I knew it would cause him to react, but I didn't anticipate his partner, his homeboy. The guy was on me like a wild dog chasing a wildebeest. I had to use a football move to take the hit by dipping my shoulder on my left side, and I was hit by something by the other guy. It hurt like something I've never ever felt before. I saw stars and went stiff, they say, but God gave me strength. I was up and 1-2, 1-2. They went down. It was over. But there are now arsewipes who want to cause problems. Those two guys are two dope heads who don't have any respect at all by the people who work here or by most of the population. I'm not in any kind of trouble, but man, things are really uptight. People are scared. People see what's going on by the TV and they get info from their families who tell us that people are dying. Also, people don't have jobs, and that means money is short. But there are always those who want to cause more KOs, and they love it. Knockouts. I've got to go. Here comes those two arseholes. Well, guess what? They said they were sorry. Wow, God is good. I will talk to you later, my brother. Love and respect, Tim. So, like I said, in the description box below this video, if you want to support T-Bone, is the donation link. There's also a link down there if you want to click on it, the T-Bone playlist, and you can hear all of his other letters that I've read out. And if you go way back on the T-Bone playlist, you can actually hear him and me in recorded telephone conversations we had when he briefly was a free man about 4 or 5 years ago. Like I said, tonight we have got the premiere, 6 PM London time, with David Macmillan. Last day to download Unmaking a Murderer for free. If you've watched Making a Murderer on Netflix, those guys are totally innocent of those crimes. Brendan Dassey, not even a shred of DNA at the scene. It's ridiculous that he's still inside. So, 10 chapters in that book are all, each chapter focuses on a method the authorities used to frame 2 innocent men. And then Saturday night is the big one if you are a follower of the Epstein case. Ari Ben Menesh, who was with Robert Maxwell, Iran-Contra. Man, this guy was running around in high circles of Israeli intelligence, and he's got a lot to say. Stuff that you may have never heard before. Alright, hope you're enjoying your weekend, and we are keeping the content coming out as much as possible. Monday night's True Crime premiere is as usual. We've got 2 or 3 more pre-recorded, and then Wednesday night's True Crime Skype is going to be with a guy who was arrested for knocking on his molester's front door. I think you will enjoy that one too. Alright, take care out there. Cheers from London. Thank you for keeping watching these videos and subscribing. If you've not subscribed yet, subscription logo bottom right hand corner. Huge thank you to all the people who donated. Donation links also in the description box. Cheers.